Hi everyone, it's Don, and I hope you're having a fantastic week. Last year, you may remember I did this video on the Titanic 2 and how it was being planned to be built. And I got so many comments on that video saying, it's not being built, this is clickbait, this is canceled. What are you talking about? You don't know what you... Well, guess what? It's back on. That's right. Last week, our friend Clive Palmer rechanged everything and changed his new sailing dates, and apparently the Titanic 2 is back on. Some of the changes is his headquarters that he's opening for Blue Star Line will no longer be located in London. Instead, it's going to be located in Paris. Something to do, he's claiming, with Brexit, about how can a European cruise ship be located in a place that's not Europe. It's a European thing. If anyone can completely understand Brexit, you have to live there to do it, because I don't understand it myself, because I don't live there. I don't even want to understand politics in my own country. So let's go on from there. But Clive Palmer says it'll be located in Paris, opening up in 2019, the head office. And their plans are now the inaugural cruise will be a 2-week cruise from Dubai to the UK. And then from the UK, it'll set up its regular sailings to follow the same line as the Titanic's original voyages from Southampton area to New York City. And so, yeah, it's still on the go. He's still planning. In fact, now they're saying that they're expecting the ship to launch in 2022. His financial troubles that he had and had to go through courts has all been settled, and actually settled pretty well in his favor. So the money troubles seem to be over. He's getting an application is still out there for a captain of the Titanic 2. In fact, it's been out there for about 4 years now, so it may be one of the longest running advertisements for a ship captain ever. And I'm quite sure if you're an actual ship captain out there or qualified to be one, you'd be pretty skeptical about joining this endeavor right now with all the turmoil it's had. But it still does sound rather interesting. It's supposed to be just slightly bigger than the original ship. And the reason they have to make it larger is to make sure there's enough lifeboats on board and safety regulations and safety equipment for the modern times. It has to reach certain maritime law standards. So, of course, all the standards that are out there nowadays just wouldn't fit in the old Titanic. So they're going to do that. They're still having a 3-class system, from first class, second class, and third class steerage. And they're still planning on giving people wardrobes when you're on board so you can dress appropriately. Not only that, though, if you're in first class and you're in third class, never the two shall meet. They will be completely segregated on the ship, including all the options. On the ships, there'll be no TV, no Wi-Fi, because Clive says, well, they didn't have it back then and they get along just fine. And so, no TVs. The only real advantage that they will have will be air conditioning on the ships, which is a pretty good thing, because it can get pretty muggy down below if you didn't have air conditioners on an inside cabin, for instance. And all the decor will be 100% authentic, and the original stairwell from the Titanic will be there. It still sounds really kind of interesting, and people are saying, will point out, well, China is already doing that. They're building a Titanic replica themselves. Yes, they're building one, but it's not going to be a seafaring vessel. This one will be tied up to the dock 100% of the time. So it'll be more like a museum than it would be an actual sailing vessel. And before you start saying, well, how many people would really want to do this? He's already had thousands of people fill out applications to be accepted to sail on this ship. Some of them even offering to be on the maiden voyage over $1 million for a first class stateroom for a 7-day cruise. What? What? So in case you're wondering why he's doing this, well, that might be the reason right there. So we'll see what happens. As far as the actual sailing date and whether this will ever happen, who knows? All we know is that he still seems to be going forward with it. They're opening a new office in 2019 for Blue Star Cruise Lines. They are predicting the dates. They say they will start laying the teal shortly and start building this thing before you know it. And a sailing date of 2022. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't be sitting on the dock waiting too long for this to happen, because who knows what's going to go on with this. It's been on and off again 3 or 4 times now. But it is an interesting story, and I love following this. And let's hope it actually gets built. Even if it's a financial disaster, just to see a full life-size version of the Titanic would be an awesome sight to see. And you know, every news media and blogger and traveler who would say this is one of their #1 destinations to go see when it's arriving in Port in Southampton or arriving in New York City. Can you imagine how many people will crowd the dock areas and the bridges and the shorelines in New York City for the first time the Titanic 2 would sail into that? It would be an event to be remembered. So I really hope this does come to fruition. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.